everybody, Carissa here with Inky Fairy Designs for the Blitsy Creative team today, and I have a fun project for you. I am altering this Tim Holtz assemblage clock. It is a lot of fun. I love this clock. I've admired it for a while, but been a little intimidated to go ahead and try to alter it myself, but finally I thought I gotta do this. I wanted to make some cute Christmas decorations for my house this year, and so I went ahead and got it, and I'm going to show you how I decorated it. So I did get a couple of the new stickles packs that have like the pearl in it along with two stickle colors, so I'm going to be using those and just showing you how I am grabbing stuff from my craft room, stuff that you may have laying around. You can get the clock and then just kind of look at what you have and go from there, because that's a lot of what I did. I knew I wanted the clock, and so I picked out stuff that I had and kind of got started. So I showed you how it comes apart. It's cool that the back comes off and also the glass in the front comes out, so you can decorate it and paint it and get it all sorts of pretty, and then you can put it back together. So what I did, I showed you, is I spray painted it. I thought it was going to be a darker gray, but it's a pretty gray, and I really like it. It was just easier. I thought about gessoing the whole clock, which is what you could do as well, but I just did spray paint because it was fast and quick drying. Then I went ahead and I traced the back of the clock onto my pattern paper, and now I'm taking some decoupage and I am adhering that right to the back. So I put a layer on my clock back, and then I also put a layer on my paper, and then I stuck those together, and it really gives you a really smooth application. And then I put another layer of that decoupage on top. I like the matte decoupage. So now I pulled out some of these bottle brush trees, which are super cute, and I like that they are kind of neutral, and then you can go ahead and color them if you want, like I am doing with the Color Shine by Heidi Swapp. So I picked out 3 colors that match that pattern paper, and I'm just spraying them. I laid down a paper towel just so it wouldn't get all wet all over the place. And so I sprayed those with 3 different colors and set those aside to dry. And then I wanted to kind of add a little bit more color to the background, so I pulled out the Tim Holtz Distress Crayons in Cracked Pistachio and Frayed Burlap. They kind of match the colors in this paper really well, which is from October Afternoon, but I think it's an older collection, so I apologize about that. But I hoard a lot of Christmas stuff. I don't know why. I love the collections, and then I just hoard it. So going back and pulling out some of those fun things. So I added some of the picket fence distress crayon along the trees, and it looks like snow. I just wanted to give you a really close-up of that. It was a really cute effect. So now I liked my clock, but I thought it was a little bit dull. So I got this Prima acrylic paint. It is really pretty. It's like a rose gold, super pretty, and it's kind of, it says it's opaque, I think, but it seems a little bit, no, it's just Opal Magic Rose Gold, so it's not opaque, because I was going to say, it's very translucent, so you could see the gray coming through, but it added this really beautiful sheen to it. And then I distressed it a little bit with like a sanding block, and just brought some of that original shine out, just distressed and grunged up the clock a little bit more. I really like how that looked. So now I'm getting started on the inside of the clock. I put the glass back in for this part because I wasn't sure how far up I was going to bring this. It's like a molding paste. It has some opaque white flakes in it, and then I just kind of layered that on the bottom to look like snow, and then I added my bottle brush trees and a little vintage house game piece, and kind of created my scene there. I didn't get to film it very well because I just didn't think about where the camera was, and so I didn't film that part for you guys, but you'll be able to see it. It's really easy. You can just place it. You can use any type of modeling paste, and it works great. So for the chipboard, you can see I used the pearl from Ranger, and I kind of made a wash so that it just kind of made a glaze, and I colored the chipboard that way, and then I added just a fine line coat around the edges. So that was really pretty. Now I'm taking some of the seam binding and I'm going to color it with the Color Shine again. Same ones I used for the trees, so it kind of ties it all together. So you'll see the colors in the trees and then you'll see the colors in the ribbons. And I'm drying it with the heat tool, so you can see that how drying it like this, it gives it that crinkly effect because the seam binding is straight, but then you spray it and get it all wet, and then you can either let it dry naturally, kind of ball it up, let it dry naturally. But you guys know me, I'm not patient, so I went ahead and used my heat tool, and that also gets that really cool crinkly effect if you were ever wondering how to do that. So here it is, the clock. I let it dry overnight with that modeling paste, and now I'm putting it all together because I'm getting ready to decorate the outside. And so I'm taking some of that stickles and just going around the edge of the outside of the clock, and that's just going to give it a little bit more dimension and shine, shimmer, glitter, all of that yummy good stuff. But it also keeps it distressed. I don't know, the stickles just really added to that kind of distressed effect that I was going for the outside of the clock. Now I'm getting ready to glue my Fa La La chipboard piece. I'm using a mixed media glue by Beacon, and I'm placing that on the glass. Now when I did get it all wet, I dried it. I tried to use my heat tool to dry it, and that was a mistake because it warped immediately. So I think if you would have let it alone and not dried it, it would have been fine. So I had a little bit of warping, but it's fine. It stays on my glass, and I'm happy with it. So I'm adding that pretty seam binding along with that tinsel by Tim Holtz, and it just kind of draws all the colors out from the paper and the trees. Now my final touch is adding these chipboard stars, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to use the gold liquid pearls to color in those chipboard stars and tie in the gold from the Heidi Swap Shine spray, and it just looks really, really cute. And I've got so much dimension with this shadow box clock. It's so much fun. I encourage you all to get one and create your own little scenes for the holidays. You could do any holiday. You could do pretty much any season, and it's so much fun. I actually want to get more. So here's some close-ups, and you can see all the pretty dimension, and I love the distress look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.